Welcome to Point A. Coach Kieran here from Point A Coaching with a follow-up video to my framing and reframing message from a couple weeks back. If you didn't catch the lead in, I did a special message to moms and dads who are sending their kids off to college for the first time. Or if you were like me, I was sending a kid off to college for the last time, simultaneously sending my youngest to school for the first time. So certainly a big fall season for me, a lot of emotion, a lot of developments, a lot of challenges. And I shared the frame through which I was looking at both of these situations. My daughter wrapping up her school experience, my son starting his school experience. I was framing those very much as an ending. And if you check my lead-in video, I talk about how that was causing me to show up in those situations and not being the highest potential dad I really wanted to be. So I talked about moving the frame or changing the view from looking at my son leaving as an ending to maybe looking at it as a completion, right? All this one-to-one time on together, 20 years together, rather than it being over, maybe it's complete. Or I could look at my daughter entering her last year at school as a commencement or a beginning, or her starting this next phase, her professional career, right? And that framing, that new framing, the reframing, helps me step into these situations in a far more powerful way. And when I help my daughter move in or my son move into school, I can be the version of myself that I'm looking for, that can be more supportive and, again, a higher potential dad. Pretty popular video. Some people shared a lot of feedback with me, and some folks actually called me out on something in terms of, hey man, hey, how can you say you're going to reframe this whole situation that quickly, especially in emotionally heavy laden kind of situation? And that's a fair question. Reframing is often easier said than done. That is true. That said, if we take the time to look at what's behind the frame, what's driving the emotions, it can help us reframe more powerfully and more quickly. And that's one of the reasons I waited a couple weeks to do this video. If you're one of those moms or dads who sent a kid off to school and maybe you're going to Parents Weekend now, I'm curious how you feel about the situation now. Is it different for you? Do you see more options? Do you feel a bit more expansive? Does it feel a bit more roomy? Does it feel like there's more potential than it maybe did 2 or 3 weeks ago? And if that's the case, what's behind that change? That's a question for you to ask of yourself or your spouse. I'll share what's behind the change for me, for example. For me, the sadness I felt at my son's departure is attached to the same values that have me feeling hopeful, have me feeling anticipation, have me feeling some positive expectations for this transition. Right? The sadness is attached to the same values. And me giving space for that sadness is also me giving space for that value. And that's also me giving space for the anticipation and hope. And as I give space for the anticipation and hope, I can reframe his departure from an ending to a completion or a beginning. In fact, I'm doing this video here. I've got a lot of bikes in my family. This is my son's bike, and I walk past it every day as I get in my car to go to work. And since his departure, I look at that bike. Sometimes I even grab the grip and I think about him, and I feel a lot of emotion. I'm feeling it now. I feel some tears. I taste some tears as I think about him and connect with him through his bike here. But that said, because I allow space and hold space for that emotion, I also have all this space for the anticipation that I feel and these positive expectations. And man, the joy at seeing him grow up. And that's reframing for me. Again, different for everybody, but all these emotions essentially are attached to the same value that I have for my relationship with him. And that's how I'm reframing powerfully and as fast as I can. So hey, I'm going to leave it at that. You moms and dads sending a kid off to school, again, maybe you're on your way to Parents Weekend this weekend. I'm thinking about you. If you'd like to learn more, look me up, pointacoachingandconsulting.com, and we'll look forward to speaking with you next time.